Hey, ante we God this year. Hey, won't you win me no? Tiani me no. Yeah, big ups to Bolega Tamalawa. Sande Makuma Seniakra. Me Bahakrampo Mankra. Imane Baba. Me Jadi Biu Yen Animuno. Tamana Wabani Yedi Yedi Huno. Obian Biegate no Manu Bruno. So what to me try more bad me no. Hey, any Bayan and Chi. Was Urapu ni muyembie ansa ne de semecha me wi ni mo bag mienu kasa metie wakatwi but ni English is hot we the pagin into the life for your short but that's a person into where tough than economy to maintain a course where short ai any a beya shata bando da bi no so space ana nanado I can guess o kan entaman kamibusa Sicilia ma we dey say want to me and the obedi beatings adia wataya pani readings every day you be see any meetings but over check now no kon sleepings any a beya me na fi say wono na nani hu nipa domo ana ha amane hia yebusia no pa cause time important message beba na wada Wenye juma subach na wapesis Uche kene kura wapesene baye gay Dea kana seme kape wabaka se Ey ni yiri nye juma mayene yamani pay Ey Nana yama udankwa Asemuwe yete yana yanka Ene jado ya wati ya down hono Me ya sure sene yire nene mana na wok Some years ago niye nise wo ye good Ene diye wapati rese ye fu Obi nimbolo kwa emfawa nini boot Wokuta vice ba wamia wabe ye loose Asem wedi ehu me de kwanto akwada ne dua kra embu wo se ye nhwehwe ye hyehya ehu na me na kanso abete kra ne bubefu ana sa wo cheke ne kra wo mpa peace ejuma bia wo ye bia ye peace wo bia wano a make sure so won fin with it na vote chief bi kra se wo mani chi hey on peace otu cheek oh next please I beg go na who crap this one person pe go feed disrespect. Ono dia the life no me hwa wa mbreda yete say wo ka kra na won ka greta common factory o moye umbrella won bie bi nso wo be se excavator hey excavator no wo hyehye enye ya apo na e be rasku dia ka no tuntuma na so ogege oye tuntum dia ene mi hu no wo decide say now dia nka wo be yeso into was started kura wa dia fatu ana gana fo bebireti ha say oh wait e beto go rupa dia nka control tia so na mo kan e be shatawale ba to no na maye confused ayese me ye hu ni pakoro no me ba aka me two goals obaye conceive ne konja na wate solo santia betuna ko bash abaduru wono nko wo chim we tantane dia gu konja no so semeni asirem no bedi nka pem ai answer we die ebe yiri o minimum pan so me kan na me feri o metumi aka pan so me wo fire o ebe ya ato aso na me pese me ko jare o sisi ase wo sende wo be se ka problem obi nso be sende wo se ka problem o papa ton ka so me ma me toni be die but now we under one program hey ene die say nye effort your system na bibia e tough die wa be sa no wo die rough ya be start e digare e jai jollof hey big ups to Bolega Tamalawa Sande Makuma Seniakra Me Bahakrampo Mankra Imane Baba Urapuntira Boss wo the prince waiting and we distana tell you waiting me for love on yourself and stop the hating after sniffing snuff you go see hating until we got this here you that you in the mix yeah
download exclusives from
until we got this here
they died kidney failure every single day they die but what do you know you let them use you let the government use you as a tool when you cannot even afford basic health care you cannot afford it. If something happens to you today, you will get nothing from the government. You will get a surrogate, a little amount to your family, and you'll be gone. You'll be gone. But you brutalize us, you arrest us, you treat us as the sworn enemies. We are not after you. It is for you. You can't. And that is the terrorists. God will touch you. God will touch you. You will answer to God. You see people die every day. You will answer to God. When you take your parents to Kolebu and they can't get dialysis, you will answer to God. God will touch you. God will touch you. And touch your other back. And touch your fucking other back. God will touch you. You will live in the poor condition. Your pay is not enough. You cannot afford education. The scholarship is not for you. Your children are at home because of it. You cannot afford it. I swear. God will judge you. God will judge you for being used as a tool. God will judge you. Judge you. Each and every one of you that treats us as the enemy. God will judge you. God will judge you. And if the country is there, you will suffer the most. Police will suffer the most. You die every single day. You die every single day. In robbery. What do you get from it? You will die. This country, the way it is, you will die for. The war will be used. You will be sorry. You will be sorry. You will be sorry. They pay you money and you think you're all right. Died this morning. You think you're all right. It's for us. We teacher can afford 400 cities to everything. We teacher. And he died. He died. 24-year-old. He died. Not because of sickness. The country failed them. You, I swear, God will judge you. What you did on Thursday. God.
My lady, calm down. Wait, calm down. My lady, calm down. I want to hear a story. Calm down. What's your name? Nasiba. I can see. Calm down. You calm down first. Let's go. Calm down, baby. Calm down. You're very angry.
I'm very angry.
What's your story?
I am very angry. I'm more angrier this morning. People are dying each day. The dying list is machine in Kollebu Gospel. Do you know the number of people who died? A 24-year-old boy died this morning. His father is a teacher. His father is a teacher. Gave over 30 years of his life to the service. Could not afford transplants. Could not afford dialysis. 400 cities a week. What do you mean? Do you know how much taxes they check out every day? The cost of living. But you bring in flowers for your daughter's birthday. You bring a cake to celebrate 11. God will judge the government. God will judge Akufo-Addo. It will hurt him. It will be excruciating. It will be in pain. Somebody who built his career on protest. He built his career on protest. God will judge him. God will judge him. He will meet his end. He will meet his end. Making people suffer. Look at the Ghanaian youth. Look at every one of them using the police as a tool. Others arrested on Thursday, treated, beaten, and lied about it. Beat us, lied about it. Said they didn't beat anybody. What is wrong with protest? This country's independence was founded on protest. It was founded on protest. But I guess he doesn't know that because he thinks government owes him. Ghana owes him something. His birthright. He worked so hard to become the worst president ever. God will judge him. God will judge him.
Yɛte team kwala wo kuwa ndo obie dwane me say ebo 745 checking na started for British Airlines United.
Why they laugh?
Maybe I'm inside.
Don't double if you don't get
Nothing. I'm saying order from above. Only thing.
We will be above. Yami. It is God or what? Who be the above?
This is what's happening in Ghana today.
Like he's a human rights advocate.
I asked that question earlier. Someone brought up that argument. I was asking them, what they make of the president's claim of his record as a human rights defender.
I'll decline to answer that. Trust me, you don't know.
You plead the fifth.
I am pleading the fifth heavily. And let me tell you one of the reasons why we are here. The fact that I am pleading the fifth. The fact that I have been silenced, so that if I'm to say anything, then it could be antagonizing the government. The fact that as a citizen of Ghana, I can't answer a question about my president. That is the reason why we are here. We're not timorous souls. Well, at least some of us. Look at us here. We're not timorous souls, so we'll fight to the end. You have to change something. Something has to change, because we're not going anywhere. Maybe it was the oldies. Look at us. We're young people. We have energy, and we'll come for you. No, because why is it that the amount of money that was found in our madam's house, and what did they do? They thanked her for her service and was
also at least 50% of those positions will be occupied by women. So it is not just a cosmetic declaration by somebody who wants to be president. Because you know, when you make these public statements, and you can ask, my team is made up. You know, I'm not a new comer to this game. So people know the kind of teams that I've been working with. But if you look at my team now, it is all driven by young people. So it's a commitment I've made, not just because I'm doing it cosmetically. Change to okay. The same thing happened with NPP. I mean, this is not Alan saying this. This is the majority of Ghanaians looking for change, particularly the youth. And since the two dominant parties are not providing a roadmap or a path towards change, I'm offering myself to lead them in this process of change. And as I mentioned earlier, this is not just being self-serving, and this is not just a cosmetic exercise. This is giving them an opportunity to lead their own revolution in this country, so that they can control their own destiny. You know, and I'm amazed at their response since they took charge of the campaign. Even without the benefit of maybe many years of experience either in corporate setting or other organization, it is just natural that.
In your statement, you said that's part of your successes, what you achieved. Yeah. There was the one factory, one district, one factory.
As I said, the national constitution provides for just 2 terms. You win 1 term, like we won 2000. We stay in power 4 years, then we have to go back to the people. If the people give you a chance as president, you come in for another 4 years. 2008, you are finished. The state will thank you and say, sit aside. Just go off the field and allow another person to come in. So the party, along this year, will have to find a successor to perform, to use as candidates. But I'm telling you already, because of the good work and goodwill we have built, we have already about 50% of the vote we need to go back to power. Put it aside. That's all. We are going to elect the opponents for the next 50. But what we have to be careful about is that even as we set for a successor, we must look for somebody who will continue to hold the party together. We mustn't go in for anybody who will divide us, because we by ourselves alone cannot get all the votes we need. All the NPP, true NPP people will vote for us, but then I don't think we'll make the 50% plus 1 vote to win at one time. This is why we need to stay together, so that it will be attractive to draw other people to join us to go beyond the absolute majority. So anybody who is always full of tension and fighting and that sort of thing, we have to be careful about. The party must stay together. Then, when we see such a person, we must also look and see, when we present this person to the rest of the country, all of Ghana, he must be the type most people will look at and say, this man. When we sleep on him, we will sleep. He's a good person. We work with him. That's how to get the majority, to secure the majority. So, among the candidates or aspirants coming, listen to everybody. Please, it's not the money they will bring around. If they call you, give you 10 million, and you think because of that you win. And when you want to catch a chicken, what do? You give corn. But then that corn might lead to his death. So it's not money. So the candidate that will come is not the money. Listen, ask questions, see how the mind works, look at its nature, see whether the party will lead us all together like one family, and then after the party, the nation, the majority of the nation will accept this person for leader. The third thing you must again look for, whether when the power is given to this person to lead us, he is the type with the experience, and with all due respect, the wisdom, to be able to keep the country united, to secure the nation, to gain the respect of the forces, the military, the police, the chiefs. Look out for that. Because we know the history. Some people have been given power only to lose it just like that. We don't want that. But that's when the power comes to us, we must hold it and continue till the last day, and then ask the people to continue to vote for it, to stay in power. So when you are given, check this person that is asking. He may be a nice man, we may like him, even perhaps most of the people may like him, but is he the type that can hold the power when it comes to us? That is another question. It's a difficult test, but then governing is difficult. But fortunately for us, now our party has the tradition. We know opposition and we know government. We are mature. Men and women, they are, I believe, wise. And Ghanaians trust us. So we must go the hard way, get a good candidate. I'm having to say this because I too I have interest in who will succeed. I want a man who will take the power so I can go into retirement, resting, and in dignity. I can be on the job. So when I talk like this, some people say, you want to impose. So no, it's not that. I'm entitled to want a good person to succeed.
Mr. Speaker, the establishment of the rice processing facility under the 1D1F initiative in the Bucha South district is ongoing, with civil works at 88% completion. The procurement process for the supply and installation of the processing equipment, which is currently underway, was delayed due to the disruption in global supply chains arising from the COVID-19 pandemic. Mr. Speaker, it is envisaged that the installation, test run, and commissioning of the rice processing facility will be completed by June 2022. Mr. Speaker, it is worth noting that the FUNBC 1D1F project is one of the innovative youth-owned 1D1F companies. The factory is expected to create about 240 direct and indirect employment opportunities for the youth in the FUNBC and Nigerian communities. These will include management staff, outgrowers, seed and input suppliers, transporters, and distributors. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
How can anybody tell this present government or their opposition that God is with them? Who has the boldness to stop that nonsense? God is with them. Don't you know when God is with somebody? Those people, they don't go through madness. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Tell Jubilee House, the Lord is against you. Tell Jubilee House, judgment is on your head. Tell Akufuado, you are under judgment. Tell him. I told you the mind of God. Let me tell you, this Occupy Jubilee House demo, don't take it lightly. You better take it serious. That is another emergency. You see those people out there? Don't take them for joke. something is bubbling in our hearts. And that's something, if you don't take care, will explode. I'm telling you, what they are doing there is more dangerous than a coup. They are telling you they don't like the style of leadership. They can stand in a ring, they don't care, they can leave their jobs, and don't joke with that too. There are mutinies all over. The Bible says kingdom will rise against kingdom, and nation shall rise against nation. Yeah, that is that thing. You are seeing Matthew chapter 24, and you are seeing from verse number 5 and 6. That is what you are seeing. Jensen Gunu. Jensen Gunu. What's up for you? Ubetio. Ubetio. Untiabetio. Pia.
And reporting positions at the sea of the Germany. And now most of your original minister. As I say, we are going I'm going to tell you, so when you are as I say, what continue, including UPS and talk about $200,000 and then coach. Who was the second wife of America? Me music house in the this year. Oh, I do African market. Where was Bolivia? Where was Bolivia? Was your mother can say, who said, MP1? Crazy empty also what will deal with them? What will deal with them? Cultural thing, we relations are very about. As I was starting to remind you, who come one year assassinity. What was that never eating? Or Sassia, what for grandmother? Mama, good morning. See, what that is one month. I will fight for them. Is looting this country as if there's no tomorrow. Why? What do you mean? The youth of this country are not working. Now we're intimidating and control. I will put my life on the line and defend it. Now me koti em groma amobia. And I was promotional. You see? Hold on. You see? Then people for your one pa, for Obin Kojina, court near ready. You see? Demonstration that will go against MPP. I swear to God. So only what it take or took for MPP to come to power. And here is what I did on post number 2. Say we are these boys were on the war front. What did you mean? Now, if you know up to now, as I speak, national security has not been able to change NDC for now. Good temper, ADC. Now we are MPP Nico Ebidia. What's well? Meanwhile, come and go some more to shoot one or two. What's well then? What you doing? A mirror MPP, echo opposition. Now you bully your Ghana, me and Dimitris. You have for she Islamic Abu. I want demonstration. NDC for there. Woman, a dear him, and you have bunko. I swear to God, will revenge. I'm telling you. Now, police for also Quebec. And when I have your gun, not police for woman try any Delta force. You see what will happen. You're not was a fool. They catch you on the Kandapa until you. Only me call Kumasi Royal Park Hotel in 2008. And when he was a defense minister, he told me that national security cannot.
What is the difference between the ordinary thief and a political thief? Number one, the ordinary thief steals your money, your bag, your watch, and your jewelry, isn't it? But the political thief steals your future, your career, your education, your health, and your business. Number two, the hilarious part is that the ordinary thief will choose whom to rob. But you are the one who choose the political thief to rob you. Because we choose them. We vote them. We blindly say we are not blind. Who is deceiving who? The ridiculous part of the whole issue is that we will fight to defend and protect our belongings from the ordinary thief. Is it not? But we fight each other to defend and protect the political thief. Is that not what we do? Thugs will be fighting themselves to protect those that are stealing our career, stealing our joy, stealing our health, stealing our success. What a shame.
If you reach a certain stage in life and there is nobody who can look you in the eye and tell you the truth, you are doomed. And that is where our country has gotten to. We need to rescue this country. Wallahi. And I feel very terrible as a Ghanaian at this time.
Government is broke, government is broke. The people are spending billions to go inside the government that is broke. Have you ever seen a minister who resigned because government is broke before? Government has no money. Have you ever seen a governor who said, ladies and gentlemen, when I was elected, I thought the government had money. Now I discover government has no money, I resign. Have you ever seen it? Government has no money, but they are bringing money out at election time. Where is that money coming from? So they are lying. What is happening is that there are two types of wicked people in government. Type 1, they eat current money. Any money they find in government, they will eat it. They are wicked about that one. There is type 2. Type 2, they eat current money and future money. They will say, my term will end next year. When I leave, how will I eat money? Let me borrow money now and borrow money of the future and eat it now.
And we say, thank God it's Friday. We are hoping that the weekend will be an exciting one. Of course, we begin that from here on this very show, Good Morning Ghana. So good morning to you, everyone, from wherever you're watching us from across the length and breadth of the country, and of course, via internet across the length and breadth of the globe. We are live on DSTV channel 277 as well, and we go straight to the stories on the front pages of our newspapers this morning. Well, let me say that my name is Kwesi Efri. I'm sitting in for Dr. Randy Abbey. I go straight to that of the Daily Graphic. On the front page of the Daily Graphic, Jakpasu 2023 Best Teacher. And Faith Aku Jakpasu is the most outstanding teacher for 2023. Private investment key to protect cultural heritage. Museums Board. Kingsley Ofosu Ntiamwa is the Executive Director of the Ghana Museums and Monuments Board. Menchia South, Culture, Business, and more. Well, this is a constituency watch as captured by the Daily Graphic newspaper. The Ghanaian Times. The Ghanaian Times. At Ghana Teacher Prize 2023 ceremony, we are committed to investing in teachers to ensure quality education of Ghanaian children. President says so. And Dr. Randy Abbey tops them all, re-elected onto the Executive Council of the Ghana Football Authority. That's the GFA. A big congratulations to you, Dr. Randy Abbey. We'll come back to it, I'm sure. After I'm done with the newspapers, we'll do proper congratulations to you. Domesticate laws to combat maritime crimes in Gulf of Guinea. Commodore Ayela Zono says so. Faith Jakpasu adjudged as standing teacher at Ghana Teacher Prize 2023. That's the Ghanaian Times newspaper. The Daily Guide. Daily Guide. I won't resign. NDC Bank of Ghana Governor Tango. So Dr. Kobna Addison is here on the front page. He says he will not resign. Jakpasu is best teacher. Nana praises teachers for excellence. And late UEW students' family rejects suicide claims. Massive turnout at Tamale Dream Childhood Talk. That's the Daily Guide newspaper. The New Weekend Crusading Guide. New Weekend Crusading Guide. ATTC plunged into darkness for 6 months. Over 530,000 KECG arrears. Students study with torchlights under street lights. So you have a cross-section or a picture of the school, ATTC there, with everywhere being dark without light. Machetes, cutlasses fly at Buodua over chief's attempt to distill Queen Mother. Gifty Owari Mensah elected women's representative on GFA ESCO, and CEO of Petroleum Commission wins best CEO oil and gas upstream. Efri Akutu months with Kufuor Trade and Industry Minister commissions Ghana EU housing units for farmers under BAM project. Pokwase Development Chief straightens records. Says Ni Amudodu is an imposter in Nidodu Clote family. That's the new weekend crusading guide. The insight. State looting. NPP bigwig to face OSP over allegation against government appointees. Accra Technical Training Center is in power crisis. A school is crippled over months of ECG power cuts. Alan Cheramatin says government financing model for infrastructural development is outmoded. And now, how Obuasi influential natives met their paramount chief in Maryland, the USA, on development and youth welfare issues. Coup crisis, babysitting France in Africa. That's the Insight newspaper. The Herald. 85 million US dollars. Ghana airport land hijack sparks confusion. President's family and its Nigerian friend cited. Well, boss serving workers tea at 2.3 million Ghana cedis for 2 years. Well, yesterday I'm told Province Al put Ghana flag on his page on social media. He says he's serving the country. We would have a look at that this morning if we have time. But the story is intriguing. 2.3 million Ghana cedis for 2 years, 70. Well, Iti Mensah's body arrives tomorrow, and Jampu, others roast thin-skinned governor for calling protesters hooligans. That's the Herald newspaper. The Inquisitor. Alleged property grabbing outside Ghana. NDC goes after the NPP. Tor is messy. Dissolve board. PCWU says so. And opinion. Sami Ewuku, worthy Director General of the National Lottery Authority. He's actually a worthy Director General anyway. Ket Okreku re-elected as GFA President in landslide victory. That's the Inquisitor newspaper. The publisher, the Ghanaian publisher, Atuforsen refused settlement claim in 2.7 million case. Ken blames NDC over propaganda video. Beware of youth unpredictability. Duncan Williams warns politicians. Akufo-Addo applauds teachers. That's the Ghanaian publisher newspaper. The Custodian. Jospon Group executives win big at Ghana CEO Vision Awards. And NDC backs Alan's anti-NPP agenda. Majority caucus mourns Theresa Kufuor, and Akufo-Addo salutes hard-working teachers. That's the Custodian newspaper. The Informer. Bank of Ghana boss calls minorities bluff. Taunts, I won't resign. On Constitution, Alan spoiling for fights. Ken Ejapon beats retreat over derogatory remarks about party. Health alert, pay attention to lifestyle. Kidney Association urges public. Akufo-Addo advocates just society. Commentary, shame on Susu for insulting womanhood. That's the Informer newspaper. The Daily Post. JM leads NDC to mourn with Kufuor, and you will account for stewardship one day in heaven, hell, or prison. Professor Jampu to Dr. Addison. Kennedy, Japan, and I could potentially form a partnership. Alan Termatin says so. And executives of Just One Group recognized at 2023 Ghana CEO Vision Awards. Mahama assures teachers of better days under next NDC government. That's the Daily Post newspaper. The Daily Statesman. The Daily Statesman. Nation honors teachers for contribution to national development. And 17% Ghanaians battling kidney diseases. Commonwealth MPs urged to safeguard democratic principles. Gifty Owari Mensa elected GFA ESCO member. And of course, we are saying congratulations to Dr. Randy Abbey and to Gifty as well. The Daily Statesman there. The Finder says Jack Pasu tops all, wins most outstanding teacher awards for 2023. Ghanaian wins prestigious Africa Continental Best Teacher Award, and Dr. Afia Kutumons with J.A. Kufuor Blind Teachers Association urges GES to pay attention to them. Government infrastructure development financing model outmoded. Alan says so. That's the Finder newspaper. The Ghanaian Observer. Teachers' capacity enhanced with skills, improved welfare incentives. President Akufo-Addo says so. And Petroleum Commission boss wins Best EU Award. Trade and Industry Minister commissions Ghana EU housing units for farmers. Faith Aku Jakpasu is 2023 most outstanding teacher. That's the Ghanaian Observer. The Catholic Standard. Finally, Pope Francis issues new call for dramatic climate change measures and prioritize trust building to prevent coups. Bagman to African parliaments. Editorial, Urgent Clarion, medical intervention on behalf of kidney failure patients. Catholic bishops commiserate with former President John Ajikum Kufuor and Father Alfred Bebudu appointed Deputy Secretary General of SECAM. Synod, not a political gathering. Pope Francis on that one there. And so that does it for the stories on the front pages of the newspapers this morning. This is Good Morning Ghana. You want to stick and stay with us? We'll come back pretty shortly.
Ready for something refreshing and great tasting? For your kids' enjoyment?
Angel Cola.
For your graduation enjoyment?
Angel Cola.
Beach hangout?
Angel Cola.
For all your refreshing moments?
Angel Cola.
For your parties, get-togethers, events, and celebrations, enjoy a chilled bottle of Angel Cola.
Radio Grandma, today is your day. Over to you.
Thank you.
Enjoyment Cola.
The Enjoyment Cola. Enjoy all your moments and fun time with Angel Cola. This advert is FDA approved.
Anti-cavity, gum protection, brighter teeth, and fresh bread.
I'm a fair missy way.
Repacho Bantama.
Machasi.
It's her smile, the fresh breath.
Me, Gidi said we use Cal 360 toothpaste. Some kind.
Cal 360 toothpaste.
That's Kia. Cal 360 toothpaste. It's a gum protector.
Onim Jom Kasan. Cal 360 did the way. It's cool mint. Gives me fresh breath and your confidence booster.
You will see so feeling to when you know Cal 360 toothpaste.
Happy smile.
Cal 360 toothpaste, anti-cavity, gum protection, brighter teeth, and fresh breath. Cal, happy smile. This advert is FDA approved.
Inside Blackstar Press Limited, grow inside the invective minds, evolving concepts, and the creative trends. The printing press you need now. Witness the beauty, diversity, and natural wonder with our works. Inside Blackstar Press Limited, in association with Lionhead Group of Companies. Call us now on 0200-880-000 for all your print works. Blackstar Press Limited, a worldwide reputation for quality printing.
Betway is your gateway to a theme park full of gaming excitement. A whirlpool of wonder where your favorite games come to life. Where you can take to the skies with max payouts that reach into the millions. All in the palm of your hand. Visit betway.com.gh. Terms and conditions apply. Betway is regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. No under 18. Bet responsibly. Betway. Bet your way.
Enjoy the fruits of your labor, they say, but as humans, aging and physical infirmity stands our way of enjoying our mansions and homes. It often becomes challenging, if not impossible, to use our stairways day in, day out. With portable American pneumatic vacuum elevators, PVs, you are assured of unlimited enjoyment of your mansions and homes. It's a self-supported elevator for vertical movement of humans and goods at homes and offices. The original comes in 3 custom-made models with wheelchair accessibility. Call it luxury, but it's a necessary imperative for vertical mobility. Do not let aging or infirmity limit you. Get one for your easy vertical mobility at home. It's affordable and can be installed in just 3 days without modification to your existing building. It's however easier to incorporate it at the construction stage. We also have traditional Fuji elevators and escalators for your high-rise buildings and malls. Visit Lifts and Elevators Company Limited at Sakumono for your elevators nationwide. For free consultation to call or WhatsApp us on 0200-535-515. Lifts and Elevators, the elevator people.
Hey, give it to me! Hey, man! Go! One time! Stop! Enough you guys, oh! Continue!
Prepare yourself to unleash even more moolah by staking from 1 Ghana cedi to 350 Ghana cedis. And you could win 26 times your stake on the exciting new Pick 1 game from Game Park. Play by dialing *946# on all networks via our website or download the Game Park app on www.gameparkgames.com. Choose your Pick 1 number from 1 to 36. Place your stake and watch our live draws on Adum TV at 9 a.m., 12 p.m. and 6 p.m. daily.
Hey, live life like me with Game Park. Game Park, more moolah, more power.
This game is regulated by the National Lottery Authority, not for persons under 18. Play responsibly.
My son, there's more blessing in giving than receiving. When you fear for you and cover the makers in Sranu.
The pneumatological aberration of the Lord revealed unto me this night that me and my household should go out into the world and bless the world.
Makers Electronics Company Limited. I'm up to 67% discount. Our selected appliances.
This is what I call quintessential immaculatability.
The Makers Electronics Company Limited. Taifa Burkina Highway. Amasama Zongo Junction. Edike Pharmacy Dining. Oyer Fateman Boga Junction. Ashaman Valco Flat. Kumasi. Ahinema Kokobin. Asafubuachi Hospital Junction. Saturday. Number 9 Market.
Tell mom and dad about the Makers Blessing Attack program.
From 0552 222 253 and 0552 222 254. Terms and conditions apply.
The same got to move na mesesi.
Just down like that. Shabaya Baller like that.
Star 857 hash. Star 857 hash. Yankwe. Tiana Foul Baller. Zoom Lion. Tiana Foul Baller. Zoom Lion. 857 hash. Star 857 hash.
Change your style. Be like that.
Change your baller style. Don't be like that. Zoom Lion is here for everyone. Pay with star 857 hash and we will come for your baller. Zoom Lion. Tiamian for baller wate.
You're welcome back from the break. This is Good Morning Ghana. Let me do these ones pretty shortly or quickly, and then I'll come into the studio for our discussions to begin. My guests are already seated here. I begin with Hello Ghana. Star Assurance and Total Energies Ghana are bringing you unparalleled convenience. Now, at over 267 total filling stations nationwide, you can now renew or buy a Star Moto Third Party, Star Moto Third Party Extra, or Star Moto Comprehensive Insurance Policy and get free fuel instantly. But that's not all. You can also lodge your Star Assurance Motor Insurance claims at these stations, available 24/7, weekends and on holidays. For more information, call our toll-free number at 0800 177 177 on all networks, or visit our website, Star Assurance, your solid partner. Now hold on, keep calm, and love the number 10. It's been 10 years of grace-filled magic, 10 years of transforming spaces into havens of beauty and functionality, 10 years of grace-filled ventures bringing thousands of dreams into reality. Walk into the showroom of grace-filled ventures and experience the best in swivel chairs that embrace your every turn. A conference table that is the epicenter of your team's creativity, your sleek cabinets, and the best workstations. And yes, a sofa that calms your body's tense of drudgeries. Visit Gracefield Ventures showroom at number 2 John Nee O Street, Kesaman, Accra. It's directly opposite Kesaman Park. You can call 0501 672 776 or 0501 672 777. And now MTN is asking whether you are ready to treat your callers to good tunes while you win incredible rewards. Earn points by purchasing, renewing, copying, or gifting your favorite caller tunes, and you can win amazing prizes based on your total accumulated points. Yep, build as many points as possible and you can win tons of data to stay connected to the things you love, or you can win an amazing 10,000 Ghana Cedi cash prize to splash on your favorite things. It's the perfect way to entertain your callers with music and get rewarded at the same time. Start collecting your Caller Tunes points today. Visit callertunes.mtn.com.gh or just dial *13 or 1355 hash to get started on MTN Caller Tunes service. Promo lasts till the 7th day of November 2023. Remember that terms and conditions apply. Enjoying the fruits of your labor is as important as enjoying the mansions of your labor. The pains of climbing stairs when not exercising could be challenging for all ages. But worry no more. Lifts and elevators have got you covered with the best portable American pneumatic vacuum elevators on the market today. It is a simple self-supported elevator for both homes and offices. And guess what? It can lift your goods too. Wheelchairs can fit in and they come in 3 custom-made models. It is affordable and can be installed within 3 days. Visit lifts and elevators at Sakumono or just call them on 020-535-515 or send a mail to elevators@gmail.com for consultations and the best solution in easy vertical movements. Now the Ghana Energy Awards is here again and it is the 7th edition. This year's theme is Ghana's Energy Transition Framework, Sector Institutions as Building Blocks for the 2030-2040 target. Now, this is the best part. You can nominate yourself, someone, or even an institution for these categories. They are Visionary Leadership Award, CEO of the Year, Energy Investment Impact Award, Energy Institution of the Year, the Energy Signature Award, Energy Company of the Year, Energy Think Tank of the Year, Rising Star, Energy Reporter of the Year, and many more. Visit www.GhanaEnergyAwards.com for more information or call 055-930-0631 for sponsorship. The Ghana Energy Awards is endorsed by World Energy Council and the Ministry of Energy. It is validated by Mazars Ghana as well. Ghana Energy Awards, 7 years of redefining excellence. Are you desperate of getting a toothpaste that will take care of all the family and save you some money? The recommended family toothpaste is KEL 360 toothpaste, approved by the Food and Drugs Authority. KEL 360 toothpaste provides you and your family with an all-round dental protection throughout the day with freshness. KEL 360 toothpaste is good for kids, children, and adults. Let your family be a proud family when they step out by constantly using KEL 360 toothpaste. KEL 360 toothpaste brightens your teeth, prevents cavity, and with its cool mint, gives you fresh breath throughout the day and protects the gum from decaying. For consistency and quality, use KEL 360 toothpaste. KEL 360 toothpaste is another product from Samara Company Limited, producers of Sasso. It's available in all supermarkets, malls, and provision shops. You can call us on 0246 864798. KEL 360 toothpaste, happy smile. So you can follow all of these brands on our social media platforms as well. You can support their brands, or you can purchase from them, or you can get onto their advertisement. I'll come straight into the studio now and I'll begin my discussions. I guess I'm already seated here in the studio, and just before that, let me say congratulations to you once again, Dr. Randy Abbey, for being re-elected as an executive council member of the GFA. We are happy to be associated with you. Let me come back to the studio now. Honorable Sam Ukujito Ablakwa is a member of Parliament for the North Tongue constituency and a ranking member on the Foreign Affairs Committee of Parliament. He is seated to my extreme left. Honorable, good morning to you. Thank you very much.
Hi, good morning, Kwesi. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. I hope you're doing well. And Nana Akumia is the managing director of the State Transport Company. Nana, good morning to you.
Morning, Kwesi.
Thank you very much for joining us this morning.
Welcome.
I'll quickly run through my stories this morning. And Honorable, because we have you here, let me begin this with you. We'll definitely do the Bank of Ghana, issues around the Bank of Ghana. But I have a story carried by the Herald. It says 85 million Ghana airport land hijack sparks confusion. And there is one as well that I was just reading about frontiers. These are things you have gone through, posted on your pages on social media as well. I have the stories here, but because of time, I would allow you to run through it.
I think we should start with the national event, the Teachers Awards.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that has also been running through.
Yeah, I think that's what we should start with.
For quick comments, yes, I think it's important. We can do that briefly. But still, let me start with you on the teachers one. Thank you, Nana, for bringing our minds to it. The 2023 Teachers Awards.
Well, Kwesi, good morning to you. Good morning to Nana. Good morning to all our distinguished viewers. And it is proper to congratulate all Ghanaian teachers on the auspicious occasion of the National Teacher Awards. These awards have been with us for decades, and I would like to congratulate those who won the award yesterday. Having served at the Ministry of Education, I am familiar with the rigorousness that goes into the selection, the eventual shortlisting, and the honors that are conferred. It is a very detailed process which is carried out throughout the year. Over the period, there has been improvement in the prizes, and I would like to commend the Ministry of Education, the Ghana Education Service, for continuing with this time-tested tradition. Having said that, we all know that the plight of Ghanaian teachers must definitely transcend just annual awards, one-day events. We need to dedicate efforts at enhancing their conditions of service, making sure that that old maxim that the teacher's reward is in heaven, we sought to create the impression that as for improved conditions of service for teachers, we seem to have given up on it, and that in our lifetime, whilst they are here on earth, we cannot do anything about their conditions of service. That must belong to the past. We must rededicate ourselves to improving their lot. In other jurisdictions, we do know that teachers are amongst the best paid, because really, who is anybody without teachers? I mean, teachers train everybody. I mean, we won't be politicians here today in Parliament, ministers of state, without teachers. Whether you're a pilot, whether you're a doctor, an engineer, a journalist, a farmer. I mean, as the saying goes, if you can read this, thank a teacher. So teachers are so vital, they are so crucial, and we all have to make sure that we improve their conditions of service. I am glad that when we served at the Ministry of Education, we rolled out a number of interventions that improved their general conditions of service. We constructed offices, education offices across the various districts. We provided pickups pickup trucks for head teachers, also added buses for the students. We also improved their salaries and many other interventions we carried out, including refresher courses, making sure that they are always up to beat with modern trends. I recall the interventions we made for math and science, teachers. There was a special focus to recruit more because we saw a deficit in math and science teachers. So we recruited about 3,000 math and science teachers, those who had done science at the university. We made sure there was a special recruitment program for them. And if you look at what we did with the Secondary Education Improvement Project, which was a $154 million intervention sponsored by the World Bank, we made sure that teachers were at the center of that intervention in terms of the facilities upgrade, and then in terms of the capacity building, providing laptops for teachers. And I'm delighted that a number of these interventions have continued. We did not exhaust the funds under SIP, under the Secondary Education Improvement Project. So the new team continued, even though there were reports of all kinds of diversions and lack of transparency. You recall the running battle between NAPO and the Duchum, which was really funds that we had secured and left behind. And as usual, as with this current crop of leaders, this is something they've always had a challenge with, transparency and accountability. But having said that, it's good that they continued with that intervention. They've continued with the provision of laptops. So that continuation is good. But let's face it, that there's still a lot of work to be done. I would want to see, for example, the issue to do with housing, accommodation for teachers who are posted, particularly to rural areas. I recall an exercise we carried out at the Ministry of Education where we did an inventory of where our teachers are located and discovered that it's not really an issue with an acute shortage of teachers, as had been taught, but it is rather the fact that there is a huge concentration of teachers in a few big cities. So you have an overflow in places like Accra, Kumasi, Takoradi, and where you will need probably just a teacher-people ratio of 1:20. You would have about 5:20. Whereas in some other rural parts of Ghana, they do not have the teachers at all. So you would have, for example, one teacher taking an entire, school from P1 to JHS3 and they're under enormous pressure. And really, that's not possible for one person to teach that entire, spectrum of classes. So what we did was to decongest. Of course, it came at a cost because the policy is that when you have to now repost teachers, you have to pay what is called transfer grants. But I'm glad that we're able to find the money to pay those transfer grants and redeploy the teachers. But you notice that over time, if you look at the MS data, they still manage to return to the big cities. Why does that happen? I mean, teachers, like all workers, are rational. It is because we are not providing the adequate support systems in rural Ghana, particularly with accommodation, making sure that we can have teacher flats where these teachers can stay and work comfortably. I recall we began in some discussions with the teacher unions, and we're looking at a package between their dues and then SNIT's contributions, but those talks fell through. I would like to see some work done in that department, particularly rural accommodation for our teachers, and then special incentives for rural teachers. I would not be worried at all if there can even be a line item in their compensation for teachers who accept postings to rural Ghana, where they earn some more. I know that some critics have said that those who live and work in big towns, the cost of living is higher. And so there is some inherent advantage even when you leave the compensation at the same rate. But I disagree with that. I would want to see more incentives. Let's be deliberate in making sure that teachers who accept postings to rural Ghana are compensated more or less and given the adequate attention that they deserve. But let's congratulate all the teachers. They do a great job under very trying circumstances. I hope that moving forward. Recently I was following the British news portals, and they are rolling out a program to change the architecture of their schools. Total overhaul, because a lot of the schools were built right after World War II and it was rushed. And from the report I read, they want to modernize those schools and make them, more modern, friendly, and more lively, more interesting for students. We need to look at that. There's some of the architecture you see when you go around. I mean, it's not properly ventilated. It's so dark, and the whole learning environment is not as exciting as you see.
Right.
And that is why, if you look at the new designs we introduced when we constructed the E-blocks, you see that they were very refreshing, and every E-block comes with modern science labs, biology, chemistry, physics, general science. There were 4 labs in them, well stocked, computerized, networked, and you see that there's a lot of excitement about the E-blocks, and even before they are commissioned, they are all filled up already. I remember the Fafraha one, the Domekwa Binyan one. You had even students on a waiting list, on the day of commissioning. So when you make the learning environment modern, friendly, beautiful, it aids teaching and learning. And, the students don't feel, if you like, depressed when they are going to school. They look forward to it. So a lot has been done. I recall how we abolished the shift system, which many teachers, commended us for. So we really have to double up our efforts. If you look at the UNESCO data as a country consistently, historically, we don't do too bad in terms of prioritizing education, meeting the 6%, GDP contribution to education. So we will just have to prioritize more. We spend money on a lot of frivolous things and things that don't really matter. If we redivert, those if you like, needless investments into education, it will help us. It will be the surest way of growing our GDP and transforming our society. So congratulations to our teachers.
All right. Thank you very much. Let me pick your view on that as well. And the president said the government is committed to investing in teachers and to ensure quality education for all Ghanaian children. Nana.
Yes, thank you, Kwesi. Yes, it was a noteworthy national event, principally because teachers have been central in our own personal development. And like Sammy said, there's no doubt that we would not be sitting here if we didn't have some schooling, which means instruction by teachers from primary school right up to wherever we ended. So an event to recognize the efforts of teachers, it's really a good national event. I'm looking at the daily graphic. There's a lady, the one who won the best teacher,
Faith.
That's called Faith Aku Jakpasu. 37-year-old teacher at Greta D. Shepherd 2 Basic School at Awoshi. in the Ghana Central. She came out as the most outstanding teacher for 2023. Congratulations to her. She's looking very good in the paper. A very happy day for her. And for her prize, she got a 3-bedroom apartment with to be built for her at a place of her choice, and also 400. No, the house will be worth 450,000, and she also got 1 million cedis worth of insurance from state insurance, 1,000 exercise books, and all of this took place at Ghana Secondary Technical School, which is my school. That's why I now had my O level, and at their ultra modern assembly hall. And then the first runner-up was Isabella, another lady, Isabella Wusa Tete of Sege Primary School, also in Greater Accra. And also the second runner was Fridos Idi Amin of Ogbojo Presby School. They all took various prizes, pickups and so on. And there was a new award for the best tutor from the colleges of education, and this is new, and the first person to win is Simon Boatin, St. Monica's College of Education, Santi Mampong. And he also took up a pickup truck as the prize. Now, I was just looking at the president's speech, and they talked about some of the things that have been chalked in the education sector, particularly what has been done for teachers. And in the last page of his speech, we talked about the free SHS policy, which has opened access to thousands of Ghanaian children who otherwise would not have had education because of affordability. He talked about the restoration of the teacher and nursing trainees allowance, the implementation of Gallup in 10,000 low-performing basic schools, the institutionalization of the national standardized test for P2, P4, and P6, introduction and implementation of the standard-based curriculum, introduction of STEM education, and construction of 10 STEM high schools, and another 10 under construction. Introduction and prioritization of free technical vocational education and training, TVET, which is now free. The creation of the TVET service to be responsible for TVET, distribution of hundreds of school buses and other vehicles for schools, the implementation of the no guarantor policy for student loans for tertiary education. This is very significant. I remember the difficulties we had to go through to secure loans whilst at university, because you had to look for 3 guarantors at that time. And now with the Ghana card, you don't need a guarantor. On the strength of the Ghana card, you can access student loan. The president talked about the introduction of the professional development allowance for teachers, the one teacher, one laptop policy, the strengthening of the inspectorate authority to certify quality at educational institutions, the modernization of the library authority, which I can testify to, the distribution of 16 Toyota Prado vehicles to regional directors of education and pickups to the agencies and so on. But very significantly, the president ended with the upshot of all of these efforts. And he talked about the results. And he said, I want to use the opportunity to thank teachers, especially those at the senior high school, for the impressive results seen in the West African senior high school examinations since the commencement of free SHS in September 2017. The 2022 WASI results of the 3rd batch of the Akufo-Addo graduates shows 60.39 of students recording A1 to C6 in English, which is a vast improvement over 2016. Then he talked about 62.45% recording A1 to C6 in integrated science in 2022, which is also a vast improvement then over the results in 2016. And also 61.39 recording A1 to C in maths, which is also a vast improvement. 71.5 recording A1 to C6 in social studies, which is all a vast improvement. There's a list we forget. Lest we forget the 2021 batch of students, 2021, who also obtained very commendable results, were the pioneers of the double track system, which elicited a lot of vilification and criticism. But then the results, the 2021 results, and the 2021 saw the first batch of these students. And the 2022 results were the best of the last 8 years. Indeed, the WASSCE results of each batch of the Akufo-Addo graduates have been excellent and better than the results of 2016. Surely there can be no longer any controversy about the validity of the free SHS policy and its consequential measures. So this is happy news that the free SHS increased access, and all of us know the difficulties, the extra difficulties that attended upon the system with the new numbers and so on. But the results clearly show, because each year the results have been a vast improvement over the time before free SHS, and that clearly shows that the policy is justified, and we should keep improving it. In another 5 years, when it becomes stable, the country will be better for it. So congratulations once again to Madam Mrs. Jakpasu for emerging the best teacher for 2023.
Thank you very much, Nana. And someone sent me a text on Randy again. Says Randy topped all. You have to read that. I did that. I did that. And I, of course, congratulated him. So congratulations to you once again. And Nana, you had mentioned it behind the scene. You were asking whether he went for the chairmanship position or he went for re-election as an executive council member of the Ghana Football Association. Yeah. And because of his work done,
he got re-elected.
Yeah.
Congratulations are in order.
Right.
Randy is a consummate performer, especially when it comes to football. I think he has a football club.
He's been yes, Pandu Heart of Life.
Yeah, I mean, he has a football club. He's also, I mean, and it's not easy running a football club.
Exactly.
In this country, you know, attendance at league games, the football games are not the best, and so you probably will have to be financing the team yourself, because there isn't much money coming from sponsorship of the matches and so on compared to other places. So it's hard work establishing and maintaining a team. And Randy's done well, and I'm happy that he has retained his position on the executive committee. There were some issues about the election, court injunctions and disqualification and so on. So it's not just the political. This is an election. I understand the electorate was about maybe 200.
Yes.
Yeah. And even this one, you're having disqualifications, you're having
court issues and so on and so forth. Anyway. So I'll come to you now with the two issues which I had announced earlier. Frontiers, and this one was captured by Herald about the airport what you call the two scandals, which is
the heavens.
What
scandal.
exactly are they? The heavens, yes.
Yes. So let me
details,
also congratulate Dr. Randy Abe. He has chalked another well-deserved victory. The media reports indicate that he had the widest margin for the Executive Council position. So congratulations are in order. He has become a really important football administrator in our country. And when you listen to him, you see the depth, you see the dynamism and the vision which he has for Ghana football. And so I think his continuous stay on the Executive Council is good for association football, is good for the various national teams that we have. Football is the passion of the nation, and if we have the right administrators spearheading it, you can be rest assured that all of us will be happy as a people. And football is one thing that unites us when it's time to cheer the Blacks or the Satellites or the Starlets or the Queens. You don't see any MPP, NDC, and all of those artificial divisions we focus attention on. Football really rallies the nation and brings us together. Elsewhere, they are taking football as even a national security, concern, where they invest enormously to keep their nations, happy, united, and to even avoid, if you like, young people drifting into crime and other things. So football is so important, and I want to congratulate all of those who have won, including the GFA president who was retained, Ketu Kreku, and all the team. I saw Kwesi appear as well, has joined the Executive Council. So congratulations to all of them, including the young ladies who have made it in there. We wish all of them the best. So I come to the two scandals I put out this week. I have been focusing my oversight lenses this week on the Ghana Airports Company Limited. And I decided to return to the Ghana Airports Company Limited because of very worrying developments last week. You recall last week, the RTI Commission was compelled to fine the Ghana Airports Company Limited quite a significant amount of money, 200,000 Ghana cedis, because Joy FM had requested information on the Frontiers contract. They wanted all the information about that infamous contract. The Ghana Airports Company Limited continued to stonewall. They did everything to prevent Joy FM from getting the information. Joy FM is only the recent organization or entity to request that information. I recall that veteran investigative journalist Manasseh Azuri Awuni had also requested the information much earlier and was flatly denied. If you recall, we brought this whole Frontier scandal to the fore during the airport testing arrangements at the Kotoka International Airport. We made a point that Frontiers had been parachuted in without any track record, and that airport testing contract could have been given to any of the institutions that were helping us to contain the COVID-19 pandemic. Noguchi, for example, could have done this. The Kumasi Center for Collaborative Research could have done this. The Kolebu Central Lab could have done this. They were at the forefront. Indeed, some of their celebrated scientists and doctors, frontline healthcare workers, lost their lives helping us to contain the virus. So we took the view that it was unconscionable that if there was even this opportunity to also build capacity and raise IGF for local organizations, Ghanaian organizations, why not give them a priority? Then you recall that during the vetting of ministers, Kwesi, I made it a point to ask all the key ministers about this deal. All of them distanced themselves. They said they had absolutely no knowledge. I remember asking the health minister, who virtually had no clue who was behind Frontiers and who they were and how they came in. It even emerged at his vetting when I presented evidence to the health minister that they had been allowed to carry out this test without licensing from the Health Facilities Regulatory Authority. And he admitted, the health minister admitted during vetting that yes, he is aware of that and has asked them to go for licensing. Very shocking admission. Then I remember asking Dr. Okoboy, who was on the COVID-19 task force, who had come for vetting as deputy health minister. He also said he had no knowledge about this deal. The Attorney General was asked. He also said he had absolutely no knowledge. Remember that as Deputy Attorney General, he served on the board of the Public Procurement Authority. So if this transaction had received PPA approval, he should know. He said he had absolutely no idea. The Foreign Minister, the National Security Minister, Information Minister, Transport Minister, all of them said that we need to spare them on this Frontiers deal. So Frontiers became a mystery, and one wondered why the government could not be transparent and could not be accountable. So I decided to look it up and to dig into this whole Frontiers business. I have managed to secure the offer letter, Kwesi, that the then managing director of the Ghana Airports Company Limited, Mr. Yao Kwakwa, wrote to Frontiers Healthcare Services Limited on August 31, 2020. And the first paragraph is very instructive. Dear Sir, offer letter COVID-19 testing service, upper arrival at Terminal 3, KIA. We write in connection with discussions between us for the operation of the Terminal 3 COVID-19 testing service and are pleased to inform you that Ghana Airports Company Limited has agreed to grant you a license agreement for the establishment and management of the service. So you discover ab initio that the procurement law had been set aside. This offer letter was based on discussions. So Frontiers was given a privileged opportunity. A very special relationship exists between this government and Frontiers, where they invite Frontiers, have discussions with them, and then issue them with this offer letter and this license agreement. Now, the content of the license agreement of this offer letter signed by Mr. Yao-Kwakwa is absolutely outrageous. From this offer letter, we are told that Frontiers will have, quote, exclusive right to operate a testing service at the upper arrival Terminal 3. Exclusive right. So there can be no competition. Nobody other than Frontiers is allowed to have this COVID-19 testing facility set up. So this contract gives them monopoly so that all the arrivals, the millions of arrivals, you have no choice but to go through the Frontiers setup. Exclusive rights. Then what is also shocking, Kwesi, is that from this offer letter signed by the managing director under royalties, quote, you shall be required to pay $10 per test, payable monthly in arrears, within 10 working days of each ensuing month to GACL due to the national emergency nature of this exercise. Incredible. Frontiers was charging $150 per test. And the Ghana Airport Company Limited is saying that they want only $10 out of the $150. Unbelievable. Akwesi. Frontiers, unfortunately, I have the incorporation document here. This company was hurriedly set up on the 21st of July, 2020. Less than 2 months to the reopening of the airport. Remember that the airport was opened on the 1st of September. They have no track record. They haven't done this before. If you go through the license agreement, Frontiers was given a blank check. There was even no specifications in terms of the setup, what they were coming to do at the airport, their setup. A certain specification. There was nothing like that. So they were virtually...
Sorry, not to cut you, but these issues, the $10 and all of that, I thought the Minister for Transport came to Parliament and answered, gave all this information.
No, we asked him that we wanted to see the contract. We wanted to see the documentation.
And is the documentation different from the answers he gave?
Yes, the answer he gave relates to how much had been made by Frontiers and the percentage that goes to the Kotoka International Airport. And it was for a limited period, within a quarter. So all the follow-up questions, and indeed I have other questions that they have not responded to on the agreement. And remember that there is an RTI Commission ruling as we speak, compelling them to provide this information, which they have refused. They are willing to pay 200,000 cedis fine.
Which the airport company?
Yes, the Ghana Airport Company. Instead of releasing this information, which we have now intercepted.
Yeah, but later on the minister came to Parliament and provided all this information.
No, the minister has not.
Oh, the Minister for Transport?
No. The Minister for Transport had come to Parliament about a year ago. Because remember, we've been pursuing this matter since 2020, even at the vetting of ministers and all of that. It was Honorable Haruna Idrisu who asked about the proceeds, how much had been
subsequently to that, you summoned the minister to Parliament.
Yes.
And he provided the information.
On proceeds.
Yeah.
How much had been made for a particular period based on the question that the then minority leader asked. But after that, we have been asking for all the documentation, the contract, the agreement, you know.
So you have new information?
Yes, and we have this new information. This is the information that the media has been looking for, investigative journalists, citizens have been looking for, we have all been looking for. We've gone to the RTI Commission. They have fined them.
So what is the new information?
The new information are what I'm going through. The terms of this engagement. First of all, that they didn't follow the procurement process. It was based on a discussion. And let nobody say, well, because it was an emergency. Under the procurement law, we have provisions for emergencies, for catastrophes.
The minister didn't answer.
No, we didn't. And now we also know that the engagement with Frontiers was for 2 years, which is unacceptable. We were all fighting COVID, hoping that COVID will be resolved sooner than later, because the debts were really, scary. What this agreement means is that even when you succeed in fighting COVID in a few weeks, say in 2 months or 3 months, Frontiers will still be tested. And this is what explains why when many jurisdictions, virtually all jurisdictions, had stopped testing, Ghana was still testing. You remember, there was a lot of agitation. I remember even President Mahama put out a statement. He had just arrived in London. There was no testing at the airport, and yet Ghana was still testing. He put out a statement saying that, look, that must stop. We now know, because of this intercepted document, that it was for a 2-year period. I mean, this is a sweetheart deal. It's a rip-off. It was just done to give Frontiers, a company with no track record, set up on the 21st of July 2020. And the analysis we have done reveals that Frontiers has made over $130 million in profits.
From your calculations?
Yes, because and I must commend the Ghana Airport Company Limited. They keep quite good data on their website. If you look at the passenger statistics, the arrivals. So if you look at their own data they have published, about 1 million arrivals happened during the period COVID had occurred and Frontiers was operating. When you do the analysis, remember that at some point for ECOWAS nationals, after agitations, there was a reduction to $50.
Yes.
But it was $150 for other non-ECOWAS passengers. When you do the analysis, $130 million. Imagine what $130 million could have done for Noguchi. How they could have bought new equipment. The more scientists they could have engaged. So, this Frontiers matter, I am glad that we have filed a motion in Parliament and we are demanding a full-scale inquiry. How did this occur? Why was the procurement law set aside? What was the motivation? And why this total rip-off? When you go through this, Frontiers was not even supposed to pay water bill and all of that. What is so special about Frontiers that they have just come to rip us off and they have walked away with over $130 million? Imagine what that money could have done.
Okay.
Even the Ghana Airport Company itself has a hospital, has the airport clinic, which could have done this, and they could have raised IGF. So you think about this, and you are just outraged. The blatant insider dealing, blatant corruption is just unacceptable. And there is no way we are going to allow this Frontiers matter to pass. Now let me quickly come to the heavens scandal.
I wanted to come to Nana, then I will come to you on the heavens. I wanted us to finish with the Frontiers once he's done with the details. Then we come back to the new heavens.
None of us will have a problem with probity and accountability. I remember the difficulties that attended upon the inquiry as to the contracts. And I remember various ministers said they didn't have knowledge of the contract and so on. Now, Sami is saying that the contract was signed by the chief executive of Ghana Airports.
Yeah, so Kwakwa.
Okay. But then subsequent subsequent after the vetting and all of that, I think a question was filed in Parliament. You see, and that's why I always emphasize the parliamentary process. Parliament as an institution, they have oversight of the public purse. So anything that involves the use of public money, Parliament can be seized of it and go into it. That's why I always advise Sami that some of these issues, Bank of Ghana, if we talk about it and so on, instead of talking at each other on the streets and on the radio stations, you have a forum where the Bank of Ghana will come. It's a bipartisan forum, and all the issues can be, interrogated. Same as this. So when the minister was summoned, he came to Parliament eventually, and he provided information. He talked about the $10 that was coming to Ghana Airports Company and so on, and the amount that was going to the people. I remember he had said that PPA issued a statement that this deal with Frontier didn't require PPA approval or something. But many of the things that Sami is telling us have already been given to Parliament. And if Parliament finds that there are other issues that borders on impropriety, and Parliament, Sami can engage his fellow members of Parliament and the Speaker, and they will call the parties and go into it. Why not? I mean, these are public monies, these are public funds. And all of us will be interested to see that impropriety has not occurred in the use of this public funds. So I don't have a problem. It's just that all of these things, I believe, were information given to Parliament the time that the Minister for Transport came. But let's see how it goes.
Right.
Yes, so Akwesi, let me inform Nana Komia that a lot of the things here were not provided to Parliament. We didn't know about it. We didn't know that this was a 2-year engagement. We didn't know that the procurement law had been set aside and that this was based on a discussion. And when you go through this, it's so obvious that Frontiers drafted this, so obvious that this whole thing is skewed in Frontiers' interest. We didn't know that the engagement was for 2 years. We didn't know that. I mean, regardless of whatever happened, we didn't know that. And we didn't know the miracle of making an offer August 31, and then by 1st September, they take off. In less than 24 hours, the whole setup, everything was done. I mean, look, this is a stinky deal, putrefying, absolutely unconscionable. And you see, don't forget that this was at a time we had a public health emergency. People were dying in their thousands in this country.
So the mirror is for some of the procurement issues.
People were not dying in their thousands during the COVID period.
But in Ghana, we recorded more than 1,400 deaths in Ghana.
Let's run through quickly.
The point is that even if you said there was no PP approval, I doubt that. But you said you said the deal could have been done by a local institution like Noguchi, and you said the 10% was inadequate. We could have gotten more.
$10.
You said there was no water bill. Listen, even if all this information was provided to Parliament, but Parliament still feels there was impropriety or there was not some due diligence, Parliament still has the right to get into it. So, I mean, I don't have a problem at all.
Right, so let's quickly run through the New Haven deal. Unfortunately, my time is running very fast. So
yes, I'll summarize that.
Then we can touch on
since it's a running story. I'm likely to put out part 3 later today.
Sure, that's fine.
So
we will still follow it.
So of the heavens comeback. So
part 1 and 2.
Part 1 and 2.
This is all.
But this is the very official. The first time you're officially speaking to it. So
yes. So the Heaven scandal is about how the 93 acres of remaining land, prime land, around the Kotoka International Airport, on the blind side of Parliament, on the blind side of all of us, the Ghanaian people, was on the verge of being given away very cheaply. I mean, if you are looking for classic create, loot, and share, the Heaven scandal gives you all the characteristics of what is a create, loot, and share arrangement. So why do we call it the Heaven scandal? A company known as Heaven Builders Limited, and I am really struggling not to laugh because I don't know what it is with the MPP and this, so-called holy names and holy deals. The last time they said we're building a national cathedral for God. The entire conduct had nothing to do with purity and holiness. We've had 339 million sunk into the world's most expensive hole. Nothing to show for it. There are all kinds of scandals. Now it is Heaven Builders who are not interested in helping us go to heaven, but they are interested in prime lands here on earth.
The company's name is Heaven.
So I was actually looking for it, whether it is Haven
no, it's Heaven.
or Heaven.
Heaven.
But I'm seeing Heaven. Heaven
Yes,
Builders
Heaven.
Limited.
Heaven Builders Limited. Now, I have intercepted an offer letter dated December 16, 2022, signed by the current managing director of the Ghana Airport Company Limited, Mrs. Pamela Jamson Tete. It makes for very interesting reading. Because of time, I'll just read portions.
Right.
The managing director, Heaven Builders Limited, PO Box 3566, Accra North. Dear Sir, offer allocation of land at Airport City 2 project site to Heaven Builders Limited in consideration for the provision of Airport City 2 infrastructure. The Ghana Airports Company Limited is pleased to grant you an offer as the anchor developer for the Airport City 2 project, following your expression of interest, submission of documents, evaluation, successful selection, and approval of the project by the Finance Ministry. Take note of that. Approval of the project by the Ministry of Finance. The offer requires you to provide the needed infrastructure for Airport City 2 in exchange for various parcels of land amounting to the infrastructure cost of $85 million. So when you go through this offer, Heaven Builders Limited is being offered 38.14 acres. And the Ghana Airport Company Limited says that as consideration, or in other words, Heaven Builders have promised to help the Ghana Airport Company do some infrastructure, roads, provide some amenities. And we all know that this airport area, indeed, I'll come to independent reports that say that there's even not much infrastructure to be done there in terms of amenities. I'll come to those independent reports in a jiffy. What is quite striking about this whole deal is that if the Ghana Airport Company Limited needs $85 million to do some road infrastructure and all of that, they themselves on their own can approach a consortium of banks, secure the funds to do their infrastructural expansion. They don't need a middleman. This business of always bringing in buccaneer crony entrepreneurs, when entities can engage, do the work themselves, must be condemned and must be stopped. You go through this and nobody knows how that $85 million as the value for the road construction they are coming to do was arrived at. Nobody knows. No independent entity did that valuation of $85 million. Then you also go through the offer letter and the allocation. And there is no independent mechanism to even verify that indeed Heaven Builders have invested $85 million. And we are going to offer them, or we have offered them, 38.14 acres for 45 years. But, Akwesi, there's even worse. Would you believe that even with how terrible this offer is, the fact that the Ghana Airport Company could have just proceeded and borrowed on its own balance sheet? That is how Terminal 3 was built. Will you believe, Akwesi, that Heaven Builders have written a counter offer dated the 23rd of January 2023? They've made this counter offer, and they are saying that the 38.14 acres is not good enough for them. They are asking for 62 acres. And they are saying the 45 years is also not a good period. They want 99 years
for
with an option to renew for that same $85 million. Incredible. Shocking. Now, these Heaven Builders, they have absolutely no track record. I have gone for their incorporation documents. And it will interest you to know, Akwesi, that this really small company that has a stated capital of 5,000 cedis. Can you believe that? 5,000 cedis. And they say they have one employee. Heaven Builders. This must really be
for their profile.
Yes. 5,000 cedis stated capital. One employee. And they are in a much better place than the Ghana Airport Company Limited to help to raise $85 million for them. Unbelievable.
Okay.
Just give me a minute. Just give me a minute. Just give me a minute. This point I want to conclude on is very important. Now, after the counter offer demanding 62 acres and 99 years renewable
for $85 million.
For $85 million. Meanwhile, when you look at the current rates, I mean, Heaven Builders is going to make over $250 million from this deal. The Ghana Airport Company Limited wrote to two renowned firms and institutions. One is the Brightwater Property Investment Limited to do an assessment. I have the full report here of Brightwater. Brightwater concludes that this is a rip-off. The assessment says that even if Heaven Builders can raise the $85 million, they don't deserve anything beyond 40 acres. The assessment, the independent valuation assessment, is signed by the director of Brightwater Property Investment Limited, Osafu Jima.
Okay.
And is presented to the Ghana Airport Company Limited on the 25th of July 2023.
Okay.
They say, they agree with us that this is a rip-off. Then there is the Ghana Institution of Surveyors, which have also looked at this. I have their independent valuation report here. Valuation report on 93-acre land within Airport City 2 project at the Kotoka International Airport. This is also signed by surveyor Dr. Frank Jemfi Yeboah and surveyor Yao Osewusu Pepra on behalf of the Ghana Institution of Surveyors. They also conclude that this is a horrible deal. This is a total rip-off. And they say that Heaven Builders do not deserve what they are asking for. Look, they have even attached in their report a comparable evidence. I'll leave it with you, where they provide data of recent sales of land within that vicinity.
Okay.
For example, they say that EcoBank headquarters within that same vicinity, just 1.9 acres, went for $6 million. And Heaven Builders, they are claiming that the valuation they have done is $1.3 million. West Airport, Nestle, the assessment that this independent valuers have done. That's another about $5.4 million. Then Airport City 1 near Ibis Styles, the Capital Integrated Ventures Limited, they purchased this, a 1.75 acre at $6.3 million. So this frontier, these heaven builders are just out to rip all of us off. And what we can see is that the whole arrangement is, let's give this land to, as usual, a dubious entity, and then some people are going to go behind the scenes and share these lands for themselves. And I'm glad that we have blown the alarm. They were doing all of this on the blind side of Parliament. We are going to summon all of them when the House resumes in a few days.
Okay.
Let me conclude by also stating that the work I am doing, I am seeing similarities between heaven builders and frontiers. The same people, because already insiders told me that, you know, the same people who fronted for frontiers are the same guys who come to meetings on this heaven builders deal. And having analyzed their articles of incorporation and addresses and all of that, you are seeing the similarities. And I am clear in my mind now that we are dealing with the same cabal. But I have a clear message for them. They will not succeed.
Is that the part 3 coming?
Yes.
The details of that is in the part 3 that's coming.
If this is how previous managers of the Ghana Airport Company had behaved, we would not have been able to do Terminal 3.
Okay, Nana, let me come to you now.
And there will be no land left.
I think I'll have to leave some time for you before I...
Well, I don't have much to say. Samuel Kujato is holding some documents. He says that those documents they talk to the contracts to develop, to expand the Airport City projects. I think we all know that the Airport City, there's a project to expand it up to 37. And many of the public institutions that have been there, the DVLA, the police barracks and all of that, have been relocated. I'm sure they are all part of this deal. Now, Sami says he has documents that raise doubts about the integrity of the arrangement regarding the Airport City expansion. He's described the deal based on the documents that he has. He's described that the lands are being given away cheaply. He says that the rip-off is dubious and all of that. Yeah, I don't have a problem with such commentary. I want to look forward. And to look forward, Sami said one thing. He said that these are being done on the blind side of Parliament.
Yes.
And for me, that is where the key is. This is not the first time you've had people in the minority, whether NPP or NDC, raising issues about government contracts. I remember in there, if I'm to list the deals that went on in the NDC's time, that NPP people like myself raised questions about, we wouldn't leave the studio. Off the top of my head, I can remember the interoperability deal, where the charge was that the deal was going to be done for $1.4 billion, and that it was a rip-off. And then at the end of the day, it was done for less than $5 million. The ports deal, where we had letters from the presidency directing that the contract should be given to particular companies and so on. Because when you bring it to Parliament, especially in a Parliament that is as balanced as we have today, then the issues of accountability and transparency and the due process will be dealt with. I remember something President Kufuor did. These arrangements of the contract to replace the Ambassador Hotel, which is now Mervyn Peak.
Yes. Yeah.
President Kufuor said that out of the abundance of caution, and this is just one hotel, and we all know Ambassador Hotel had been run down, become a derelict structure. Just one hotel. But President Kufuor said, look, this is a national monument, the Ambassador Hotel, given to us by the colonial people as a gift at independence. And for a long time, it was the hotel that defined the standard. So it was a national monument. And so if we're going to engage in an enterprise to revamp it, it has to come to Parliament. There were people who said, you don't need to come to Parliament with this. I mean, this is a contract to a PPE, a joint venture to revamp Ambassador Hotel. But Kufuor said, out of the abundance of caution, I want it to come to Parliament. So the Mavenpick arrangement came to Parliament, went through all the processes, and then it was approved after various due diligence done by Parliament and so on. And I wish that all of us, whether NPP or NDC, bring your contracts that have a certain significant value, bring it to Parliament. I mean, this airport land, these are prime lands. Prime lands. So I have no doubt that the intention is good and the procedures too are well intentioned. But you want to avoid these kind of questions being raised about them. So if it comes to Parliament, all the issues will be dealt with. I mean, I'm hoping that Samuel Kujato, with these documents that he claims are authentic and they show that the deal is not good, I'm hoping that on the strength of that he will file a question so that the responsible officials can come and provide answers in Parliament in lieu of the whole deal coming to Parliament. I would have wished that the whole deal came to Parliament, that there's this project to expand the airport city. It involves about 50, 60, 70 acres of prime land, and we want to ensure that it's done in a transparent manner and bring the whole thing to Parliament. It will strengthen governance, and it will enhance confidence in the system. But be that as it may, Sami said it's intercepted documents. I'm hoping
incontrovertible and irrefutable.
You speak better English than I do. But whatever it is, they are documents. Let the appropriate authorities look at it to determine whether the ends or the aims of probity and accountability have been served. At the end of the day, all of us will benefit from it. That's what I have to say on this one for now.
So let me go on a quick break. When I come back, we don't have time anyway, but we'll try very hard to briefly touch on the issues around Bank of Ghana. But I will do this quick break, and when I come back, we'll do that briefly, and then we can run out. Today is Friday. Stay with us.
afternoon, Mr. Ampedu.
Good afternoon, Mr. Asari.
How is business doing?
My business is collapsing.
Why is your business collapsing?
I sold my products and services to my clients on credit, and my debtors are not paying their debt.
Have you heard of Rosic Consult Limited, a debt recovery company operating in all the 16 regions of Ghana?
Not at all.
Mr. Ampedu, all you need to do is to contact them on their customer service line. I recommend Rosic Consult Limited, a debt recovery company to financial institutions, businessmen and businesswomen, other companies, and also individuals. Rosic Consult has 98.4% debt recovery rate. We have professional debt recovery managers. You are assured of swift debt recovery. No recovery, no commission. For Rosic Consult Limited, no more write-offs. And we pre-finance the recovery ourselves.
Ready for something refreshing and great tasting? For your kids' enjoyment?
Angel Cola.
For your graduation enjoyment?
Angel Cola.
Beach hangout?
Angel Cola.
For all your refreshing moments?
Angel Cola.
For your parties, get-togethers, events, and celebrations, enjoy a chilled bottle of Angel Cola.
Radio Grandma, today is your day. Over to you.
Thank you.
Enjoyment Cola.
The Enjoyment Cola. Enjoy all your moments and fun time with Angel Cola. This advert is FDA approved.
Inside Black Star Press Limited. Grow inside the invective minds, evolving concepts, and the creative trends. The printing press you need now. Witness the beauty, diversity, and natural wonder with our works. Inside Black Star Press Limited, in association with Lionhead Group of Companies. Call us now on 0200-880-000 for all your print works. Black Star Press Limited, a worldwide reputation for quality printing.
Enjoy the fruits of your labor, they say, but as humans, aging and physical infirmity stands our way of enjoying our mansions and homes. It often becomes challenging, if not impossible, to use our stairways day in, day out. With portable American pneumatic vacuum elevators, PVs, you are assured of unlimited enjoyment of your mansions and homes. It's a self-supported elevator for vertical movement of humans and goods at homes and offices. The original comes in 3 custom-made models with wheelchair accessibility. Call it luxury, but it's a necessary imperative for vertical mobility. Do not let aging or infirmity limit you. Get one for your easy vertical mobility at home. It's affordable and can be installed in just 3 days without modification to your existing building. It's however easier to incorporate it at the construction stage. We also have traditional Fuji elevators and escalators for your high-rise buildings and malls. Visit Lifts and Elevators Company Limited at Sakumono for your elevators nationwide. For free consultation to call or WhatsApp us on 0200-535-515. Lifts and Elevators, the elevator people.
Betway is your gateway to a theme park full of gaming excitement. A whirlpool of wonder where your favorite games come to life. Where you can take to the skies with max payouts that reach into the millions. All in the palm of your hand. Visit betway.com.gh. Terms and conditions apply. Betway is regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. No under 18. Bet responsibly. Betway. Bet your way.
In life, choice is good, but choice plus safety is way better. Your safety and comfort is paramount. Under the cylinder recirculation model, you can buy LPG in a safe environment. All cylinders are inspected and maintained to the best safety standards, so your safety is assured. Just take your empty cylinder to the nearest exchange point and swap it for a filled cylinder. Different cylinder sizes will be available to meet your pocket size. Imagine cooking in a smoke-free environment. This will improve the health and well-being of you and your family. Choose LPG in a safer model of distribution. Cylinder recirculation model. Securing your safety, creating more jobs. A message from the National Petroleum Authority under the patronage of the Ministry of Energy.
Step into success with Accra Business School. Boost your career with a prestigious MSc degrees from KNUST. Pick from Human Resource Management, Communication and International Relations, Public Affairs. In just 12 months, our MBA can be yours. Dive into our BSc programs in IT Security and Cybercrime, IT Management and Business and Management, endorsed by top universities in Ireland and Wales. We offer flexible entry, payment and learning options. It's time to unlock your potential and take flight. Visit www.abs.edu.gh or dial 0263 888 555. Let Accra Business School elevate your future today.
Say, you see, you call cashless. Say, cashless, yeah. You say, you can be a office. You see, the power up, and also another you'll be set up auto credit. Set up auto credit and no one issue. So, what problem be a person is for everything? Finance over power up, so and one on the two assembly up the copy. So, only smartphone and money how, and there's only data and so and it's new every. And one said, who may know young phone. Oh, sorry, who may know phone. No one direct *226# you are through there. You see the power up no mobile money, Visa card, Mastercard, a BHB, you let me see you see the power up. I want to show a down some simple.
Over 18 years in business, Appointed Time Printing Limited has delivered quality service to some of Ghana's well-known brands. With our equipment capacity, we are able to deliver 1,500 pieces of polo and t-shirts in 1 hour. This is only possible with us. For retailers and wholesalers, we offer for sale high-quality polo shirts and t-shirts in different colors at affordable prices. We have a one-stop shop for all creative designs and billboards, 3D signages, flexi banners, car branding, stickers and posters. Locate us at the old GNTC building near Swansea Shopping Arcade, Accra. Contact us on 0501 454165, 0501 454167. Connect with us on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook at Appointed Time GH. Appointed Time Printing Limited. Our printing is a
You're welcome back from the break. Let me see. Well, we'll do this quickly. You know, when it comes to our health, God is a healer, but He does the healing through humans. And one way to cure ailments is through alternative medicine. And that's when Alternative Medical Hospital comes in. It is one of the best alternative medicine hospitals in Ghana today. So for all your health consultations, counseling, physiotherapy, and homeopathic medicine, Amen Alternative Medical Hospital have the best for you. Amen Alternative Medical Hospital is the first to modernize herbal and homeopathy medicine in Ghana. They have the best medical practitioners from KNUST with state-of-the-art equipment curated for your need. The most obscure ailments can be diagnosed and taken care of. Amen Alternative Medical Hospital is at Klagon on the Lashibi Ashaiman Road near the Underbridge, from Monday to Saturday at 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Sundays at 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Call 0207229505 or 0244227192. Amen Alternative Medical Hospital. God is the healer. So why don't you secure your future with Accra Business School? Boost your career with our prestigious MSc degrees from KNUST. Pick from HRM, Communications and International Marketing, International Relations, Public Affairs, and IT Management. In just 12 months, our MBA can be yours. Dive into our BSc programs in IT, security and cybercrime, IT management and business management endorsed by top universities in Ireland and Wales. We offer flexible entry payments and learning options convenient to you. It's time to unlock your potential and take position. Visit www.abs.edu.gh or call us on 0263 888 555 or 0263 888 666. Visit our campus at Spintex Road, Christ Square. Let Accra Business School elevate your future today. Enjoying the fruits of your labor is as important as enjoying the mansions of your labor. The pains of climbing stairs when not exercising could be challenging for all ages, but worry no more. Lifts and elevators have got you covered with the best portable American pneumatic vacuum elevators on the market today. It is a simple self-supported elevator for both homes and offices, and guess what? It can lift your goods too. Wheelchairs can fit in and they come in 3 custom-made models. It is affordable and can be installed within 3 days. Visit Lifts and Elevators at Sakumono. Just call on 0200535515 or send a mail to elevators@gmail.com for consultations and the best solutions in easy vertical movements. Now, what does wealth mean to you? Do you want to live like a tycoon? Remember, who's got the moolah has got the power. Ghana's newest lottery game draws live on Adum TV at 9 a.m., 12 p.m., and 6 p.m. daily. Now, pick up your phones, tablets, and computers and download the Game Park Games app on Play Store. You can also play on our website at www.gamesparkgames.com or by dialing *946# on all networks. Just to choose your numbers, 4 of them, from 0 to 9. It's easy to play and easy to win. Charlie, make we play this game and make some moolah or cash. Nobody beats our odds in Ghana. Game Park Games, more moolah, more power. This game is regulated by the National Lottery Authority and it is not for persons under 18. Play responsibly. It's the Makers Electronics Blessing Attack promo. Rush to the Makers Electronics Company Limited for up to 67% discount on selected appliances such as Samsung, LG, Moved, Nasco, TCL, Media, and Toshiba. Quality but affordable with 2 years manufacturer defect warranty. Visit our showrooms, Taifa Burkina Highway, Amasaman Zungu Junction, Oyarifa Taiman Boga Junction, Kaswa New Market, Ashaiman Valco Flat, Kumasi Ahinema Kokobin, Takrade, Ifiekuma, number 9 Market. Call us on 02 or 055 2222 253 or 055 2222 254. The Makers Electronics Company Limited, large and in charge with quality but affordable home appliances and consumer electronics. Remember, the terms and conditions do apply. Let me come back to the studio and touch just briefly on the Bank of Ghana and the response. You're part of the demonstration.
Absolutely.
He says he's not going to resign. Briefly, I think we can do just about 4 minutes each of this one.
Well, let me just take out 10 seconds and express surprise that since Sunday when I started serializing these documents on the Ghana Airport Company Limited, I've been surprised at the total silence from the Ghana Airport Company Limited and the Transport Ministry. And indeed, from my own friend, Paul Adomoshi, board chairman, I was expecting a touchscreen analysis, by Tuesday or latest Thursday, I don't know, is this touchscreen faulty?
No, the touchscreen is very active, very working. It's working.
I'm really surprised. Paul, let's see some touchscreen analysis on this. You owe the Ghanaian people an explanation as board chairman, especially when I see you see the minutes, everything was copied to the board chairman. So he can't say he doesn't know about this having.
Maybe he will have to go through all the documents.
So we are waiting. We are waiting with bated breath. If the touchscreen is not faulty, then please.
No, it is not.
He should give us some information. Bank of Ghana demonstration. Let me commend thousands of Ghanaians who came out in their numbers on Tuesday. It was very successful. It was peaceful. You recall that the police had gone to court earlier saying that, look, it's potentially violent, it could even lead to a coup. All kinds of ridiculous reasons they were giving for not wanting to allow this demonstration. I'm glad that the Ghanaian people have put all of those people to shame. They have shown that, look, if there are any group of people we should worry about, it's not the masses who are exercising their constitutional right to demonstrate. It is a few people in leadership who are engaged in all of this plutocracy. Ghana is now looking more like a plutocracy and not a democracy. This governor has destroyed the central bank. We all know that the central bank is now insolvent. Unprecedented losses of 60.8 billion, negative equity of 55 billion, and the illegalities he has engaged in. I mean, astonishing. He's printed 77 billion Ghana cedis illegally, without parliamentary approval, violating Section 30 of Act 918. It's very clear that if you will print beyond 5% of your previous year's fiscal revenue, you must receive parliamentary approval. He did not have parliamentary approval to do what he's engaged in. And in all of this mess, the colossal losses, the depletion of reserves in unprecedented levels, he still is going ahead to build for himself an outrageously high office complex, which began at $81 million. I intercepted some documents which I put out earlier. The PPA approval he received was for $81 million. That project has spiraled out of control. As we speak, just for the construction alone, it's at $227 million. And if you read the Central Tender Review Committee's verdict on this whole matter, very damning, that he did this variation on his own accord, went ahead to construct before he came to the Central Tender Review Committee for approval. Flagrant violation of the procurement law. The procurement law is very clear, beyond 15%. That whole project should have been re-tendered. You know, so you are seeing a governor who is so reckless, who is lawless, and who has destroyed the central bank, made it insolvent, made it bankrupt. And that is why we are protesting. Because you see, the impact of his policies, this is recklessness, this is lawlessness, have been felt by millions. Inflation rose to 54%, eroding people's purchasing power. The World Bank analyzes and says that about 850,000 people have now been pushed into the poverty zone. As we speak, thanks to his reckless financial sector cleanup, over 50,000 jobs have been lost. You know, so this is a governor who's really been a fantastic disaster, an abysmal performer, and the least he can do is to resign. But what do we see? He has resorted to insults, naked insults. You heard him call us hooligans, that the demonstration was unnecessary. I mean, how dare you? The right to demonstrate is a democratic constitutional right. It's guaranteed. We, the victims of your bad policies, can decide what we do. Whether we want to demonstrate, whether we want to picket, whether we want to petition, whether we want to collect signatures, whatever way we want to engage in public manifestation to register our displeasure at your bad policies. It is our right to do that. I mean, how does he think the central bank came about? It is Ghanaians demonstrating, standing up against the colonial master. That's how come we became independent. And we had the right to have a central bank and to have a republic. So, you see, this governor has totally lost it. And when he calls us hooligans, the man who appointed him, does he know his rise to fame? His boss, the president, does he know his rise to fame? Does he know that as a member of parliament under Rawlings, he led many demonstrations? So, this attempt to describe demonstrators as hooligans, the earlier he retracts and apologizes, the better for him. But we are going to continue with the protests. We will hold more demonstrations. We are going to scale up. We will insist that this governor resigns. And you know, I don't know what's happening this year. If you follow the international central bank news, it's been a year of bad governance. In Nigeria, as we speak, the former central bank governor is in jail. He's being prosecuted. He's been detained. If you go to Lebanon, the governor has also been blacklisted by Canada, UK, and the US. He's been indicted. Slovakia, their former governor is also facing criminal prosecution. By all indication, Governor Addison will be adding to that list. And if he thinks
he'll go to prison.
Oh yes, I mean I have no doubt.
You're predicting that.
Yes, I mean if you look at the law, what the punishment is for printing all of that money without parliamentary approval. It's either a fine or a 2-year jail term. And you look at the breaches in procurement law with that his needless project, a project which should not even have started. And don't believe him when he says he started in good times before COVID. He started October 2020, and he has continued. And if you add the cost of the scandalous land to it, $300 million is the value of that project.
So let me come to you.
This governor is bad news, and he should stop insulting Ghanaians.
There are quite a few images on this demonstration. One of the images that is enduring to me is this protester. And he's actually holding a placard which is saying, "Jail Addison."
Let's try.
It's one and the same, isn't it? They're the same guys.
Now,
maybe because he's in glasses, but
now he's holding a placard. Jail Addison. I really know who is supposed to be jailed. Anyway, you see, it's the same problem that I'm talking about. We are talking at each other. We are standing in the streets and on various radio stations talking at the Bank of Ghana. And the Bank of Ghana too is through this media and all of that, also talking to the NDC. At the end of the day, what is the public interest? The public interest is that the issues that are being raised are scrutinized at a platform that can bring finality.
Right.
So Samuel Kujeto is accusing the governor and by extension the NDC. They said he's printed money illegally. He's depleted the accounts of the Bank of Ghana. He's building an office complex that cannot be justified. He's been reckless. He's made the bank insolvent. And that he should. By the way, you can't put him into prison. You can only prosecute him. Now, when you listen to the Bank of Ghana, they've also been giving responses through press releases and press conferences and so on. They too tell you that the only time they did government financing was 2020 COVID year and 2022 the economic crisis year. And that in 2017, 2018, 2019, 2021, they did zero financing to government. They will tell you that they are not a commercial bank, so they don't operate as a commercial bank, that they acted within the applicable laws. They are being accused of acting illegally. They are saying that they acted within the laws. They're saying they provided financing to government only in the pandemic year of 2020 and crisis year of 2022. And that they actually, they made big profits in 2019. They made 1.6 billion cedis profits. In 2020, they made 1.5 billion cedis profits. In 2021, they made 1.4 billion cedis profits, and so on. And that they've lost no money through the operations in 2022. And that they acted in good faith for the broader interest of Ghana. And that their current condition will not impact. So, NDC is standing on the streets and on the radio station, throwing shade at the bank. The bank too is throwing shade back. How do we resolve these matters? The same parliamentary platform.
All right.
The committees of public accounts and finance should join together, invite the officials of the Bank of Ghana, so everybody brings their matter to the table.
Right.
A bipartisan table. So the public will see if there's any wrongdoing or there's no wrongdoing. So we stop this thing. Now, my last point. A lot of Beshi, Beshi is a Ghana thing. So you heard this member of parliament from Medina who doesn't look like me. He doesn't look.
He's
like,
apologized.
He doesn't look like me and Okujeto.
He
looks like a saint. And there he was deliberately looking into the camera and throwing profanity at Ghanaians. Then you have the NDC describing the head of security as a watchman. Very derogatory terms they mean it to be. Now, you people say you are demonstrating on behalf of the masses. And at the same time, you are denigrating.
All right.
And I haven't finished. One point. You are denigrating the masses. Then, of course, the governor reported to have described the NDC as hooligans, which I don't know if that is true, but if that is true, I also don't understand it. So there's a lot of bashing, coming up of this demonstration.
All right.
Please play that thing for me. Let me.
All right. So let me quickly, in 2 seconds, wish Irene Mensah a very special happy birthday. Irene Mensah. Yes, she works with the Honorable. In fact, I got this before we came into the studio. Forgive me for not doing it earlier. Irene Mensah, a very happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you as well. An extraordinary man, Mrs. Cecilia Kuyamwa-Boateng, a.k.a. Awu Buensi, a.k.a. Alumu. Mom, may the Lord continue to bless you with long life, good health. Enjoy a blessed day. We love Alumu. This is from your children. And then glorious happy birthday to Original Goddess, aka senior journalist or senior journalist accounts. You work with Original TV. You are part of the Ignite media. Happy birthday to you as well. And finally, Isaac Jiabo Ofori. Happy birthday to you, my senior man in Kumasi. Isaac, happy birthday to you as well. Thank you very much for doing the watching. Thank you very much for staying with us throughout the week. We wish you a very blessed weekend. Stay safe and have a very happy one. My name is Kwesi Afriye. I sat in for Dr. Randy Abbey. Good morning to you all.